All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Igor Saze Valentine, and I'm the importation genius. So, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to use the Google keyboard, Gboard for short. All right, it's very straightforward. Now, the Google keyboard is just like any other soft keyboard, okay? Like you have a lot of people who have different applications that they download, like keyboard applications they download on their phones to 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 type instead of using the normal default keyboard that came with their phone. Okay, so Google keyboard is one of those, and the reason why I advise people to use the Google keyboard, or why it is advisable to use the Google keyboard, especially when you want to interact with people of different languages, is because the Google keyboard offers you an opportunity to translate to English. Now the idea is that what you need to do right now is that you chat up in English, and as you chat up in English, it interprets in the language of the other person. So if I say hi, I type it now in English, I don't have to translate it first, and it automatically goes to the next person. So the first thing to do is to go to your Google Play, your Google Store, or your App Store, right? If you're using an Apple device or using an iPhone Apple device, you go to your App Store and look for the Google keyboard and download it. If you're using an Android, go to Google Play and download it, and download the app. So this is my App Store. So I just downloaded, assuming I just downloaded the Google keyboard because I've downloaded it before. So what you need to do is to set it up. Make sure the Google keyboard is your default keyboard, because many of you, your phone, when you came with your phone, there's already a default keyboard. Some of you are using the default keyboard of the particular phone you are using. For instance, this is my Samsung phone, and I'm using a Samsung keyboard. All right, that's what came with the phone, but I've already changed it to the Google keyboard. So what I need to do is to go to settings. All right, that's my settings there, and look for language and input. All right, mine is under general management. I go to language and input, then I look for default keyboard. So you see mine is already on Gboard, but assuming that I've not downloaded Gboard before, definitely to be on Samsung keyboard. So what I need to do is to click default keyboard and go to and set the Gboard as my default keyboard on the phone. So after doing that, you can begin to chat up using the Google keyboard because it's already installed. Now let me show you an example of how to use the Google keyboard. Now this is one of my worksheets on WhatsApp. Okay, assuming this is the platform and I want to chat up someone of another language, and this is the chat platform between myself and that person. Okay, let's assume that I'm going to chat with a Chinese person and chat with an Arab person at the same time. So when I click the place to chat, you see this is my Google keyboard. Now the Samsung keyboard is definitely not like this, but for my Google keyboard, this is how it appears. Now you see you have three dots here. When I click the three dots, you see it brings me to another place. I see Google. I see there's a translate there. All right, what I need to do is to click that translate, and I need to do this anytime I want to type, because if I don't do this, if I type, even though I have a Google keyboard on my phone, you're going to type in English. So anytime you want to type in another language, or you want to type to be translated to another language, what you need to do is to always look for this Google Translate icon. Okay, so it may appear differently on your phone, but for my phone, this is how it appears. Now how do I do that? If I want to chat, I go to these three dots here for my phone. For some of you may just see it automatically on the icon bar there, right? So I click the translate app. You see it gives me two platforms. So you can see to my left hand side there's a dictate language. So always leave it in a dictate language. Like you can decide to put it in English or other language, but put it in dictate language. To the right, you see there's already Chinese traditional hand. You have the Chinese language. You click here, you can see different languages. You have Arabic, you have different languages that you can chat with. So if I want to chat with somebody in Portugal, so I click Portuguese, I chat. So let's use the Chinese. All right, so assuming this is the person that I want to chat up with, all right, I say good day. You see me saying good day. I'm typing in English. You see the one up, right, is translating already in Chinese. Good day to you. So I click enter. You see that I typed that very fast in Chinese, or in English rather, and get to this person in Chinese. I got your contact. Let me type that way. I got your contact from someone. All right. From someone that has sent. I think my network is a bit poor here, so you can, most times it may not delete, so you can just decide to delete. I am interested in your shoes. All right, so the person sends back to you in English or Chinese. Okay, now if this person reads this and the person may assume that, okay, I understand Chinese, and the person sends back everything to me in Chinese, what I need to do is to copy. For instance, if this is what the person has sent to me, I copy it, I look for my Google Translate app, okay, and see what the person is saying. All right, and click here in Chinese, and it translates to English, and you see I'm interested in your shoes. That's what I type to the person. So that's how I read it, but I'm going to teach you in a separate video how to read up what somebody has said. So that's how it works. So that's the first example. So the second example, let's use Google Translate. Let's use dictated language. Let's try and send to someone who is an Arab person. Okay, that's Arabic. So hi. All right, you see it's already, I type in English and the person receives it in that language. How do you do today? Okay, that's the beautiful thing about Google Translate. Okay, and you see that it's going to appear to the person. You see that again, mistakenly and type that twice. So that's how to use the Google keyboard. So this works on any platform that you want to chat, whether you are chatting on WhatsApp, on WeChat, on any app, on Google, on anything. This works. So this is how to use the Google keyboard. It's a very good tool. Like for me, who is importation genius, who does a lot of Chinese China importation, I use this a lot. Some of my partners in China, when I chat them up, I'm like, okay, they feel like they feel so excited. Do you understand Chinese? Somebody asked me one time, like, do you understand Chinese? Because I typed so fluently in Chinese. So do you understand Chinese? Well, like, I don't understand Chinese. So all right, but I'm using an aided stuff to do this stuff. Okay, so that's how it works. All right, in the next video I'll be teaching how to use the Google Translate app. All right, thank you very much.